Russell Martin believes that his Rangers team are in a better position after that 4-2 win against Alloa. But let's see what the fans believe, because I think he is talking absolute shite. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Rangers defeated Alloa Athletic by 4-2. But let's be honest, performance wasn't great. Shaky at the back. The 2 goals they conceded were really poor. There was a controversial penalty in there as well that aided them over the line, and up until the 90th minute the match was still in contention. That's not good enough. How can Rangers be playing League One Alloa, and how can the match still be alive? How can the match still be in the balance? How can it be 3-2 going into the 90th minute? That's unacceptable. Rangers gave the ball away a lot, had a shitload of possession without really doing anything with it in large periods of the game. I think you can make a case Rangers are getting worse rather than getting better. But Martin seems to think the opposite. He seems to think that they're showing signs. He thinks today was a good day. I mean, it's a good day in the sense that you didn't lose and you're into the next round of the Cup. But in terms of putting in a performance, no, I don't think it is. I think Rangers should be beating Alloa 5-0. Something along those lines. I think Rangers should be like 3-0 up at half time and like literally playing a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds in the second half. That's the kind of result I think Rangers should be able to achieve in the League Cup. But in reality, they were right in this game up until the 90th minute when Finlay Curtis, a guy that probably should have started, came on with 7 minutes to go. Why is Finlay Curtis not playing for the beginning? Young player in the League Cup. Why is he not getting his chance? Because Kieran fucking Dowell's playing, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. I just do not understand it. I don't get it. Don't get it. And it's not like Kieran Dowell's not been playing and Curtis has, and he's thinking, right, well, I want to give Kieran Dowell some game time. Curtis, for the last few weeks, has been on the bench, frozen out, and Kieran Dowell's been playing games, so I don't understand it. Don't get it. Anyway, doesn't really matter what I get. Let's see what the Rangers fans get. Let's see what they think. Declan says 3 points, that is all that matters. I mean, if 3 points, if just scraping 3 points against Alloa is good enough, then it is what it is. S James 90 says the only positive from today is we're into the next round. Walking football is absolutely guff. We're going to get an absolute doing from someone soon. Alba Feria Celt says we're genuinely going to put 7 past you in a couple of weeks. So as a Celtic fan, I believe. I don't know if Celtic will put 7 past Rangers, but at the moment I think they've got to be heavy favourites. Todd Ferguson says on the balance of that game, serious questions remain about Russbaw and quite a few senior players. Job done, but there's a lot of room for improvement all over the park. On the upside, it's exciting to see what some of the young lads can offer. Moore definitely looks like a player. Yeah, I mean, Moore looked alright, I think. Behorn says work on set pieces, maybe. Michael says no good enough. Rangers spares, literally all that can be said is job done. But we're nowhere near good enough, especially for Club Bruges. We'll be lucky to finish third if we don't improve massively and very quickly. Yeah, I think Rangers are done. I don't think they're beating Club Bruges. I'll be shocked. I just do not see it. This current Rangers, and listen, they can turn up, they can put in performances in Europe, they can get results. Weren't great against Panathinaikos, and got a decent aggregate win against them. So, listen, I'm not saying they can't beat Club Bruges, but certainly not filling me with much confidence right now, that's for sure. I think Club Bruges are heavy favourites going into that tie. I'd say it's like 80-20 in terms of percent to Club Bruges. Yeah, that's the kind of ratio I'd put at right now. Naif says not convinced, hard to feel positive at the moment. Usually I'm upbeat, but honestly I am concerned. Early days and all that, but we should still be putting teams away. B&T bailed out by one of our younger players and a pen. Worst performance I've seen since Queen's Park. It's bad when you think that was under a year ago. A club like this shouldn't be having lower league comparison performances. No, definitely not. Oi, Russell, you need this. There's a big piece of steak. That looks fucking great, doesn't it? That looks better than anything Rangers have delivered on the pitch this season. Keeper of time, is it sinking in yet? Cybertech, thank you Lord, I can now enjoy my beer. Finette Charlisle says Curtis scored 4-1, Rangers beat Alloa Athletic 4-2, congratulations. Baldy Barker, bailed out by a very harsh penalty and a teenager, Jesus fucking Christ. Joe Boy says, yees are shite, and there's a picture of shite here with flies flying around it, so pretty much sums up I think what Rangers showed today. Hatati Hansel says 66 FC struggling at home to Alloa. 66 FC, I don't get it. 66 FC. Don't understand that one, right? MF says that that'll be the tanker turning then, struggling against Alloa, Tim Pot fucks. Yeah, I didn't agree with those comments for Russell Martin, saying that this is like turning a tanker around. Who wants to fucking hear that? Turning a tanker around is difficult, and I get it. I mean, technically the analogy might be true, but it just doesn't really fill fans with much confidence, does it? Oh, we have to turn this tanker around. Players thinking, is that how bad we are? We're just some big, shitey, slow tanker that's going to have to do a 3-point turn in about 10 years. Yeah, not great. Right, Dan says defensively all over the place, generally just boring as fuck to watch. The next 5 games against Club Brugge, St Mirren, Bruges, Celtic Hearts will be season defining. Dreading it, to be honest. I mean, I'm not even taking the piss, right? And I'm not just saying this, but I'm looking at those 5 games, and there's a scenario, and it's not even, I don't even think it's a far-fetched scenario. I think there's a scenario where Rangers don't win any of those games. St Mirren will be a tough place to go. St Mirren beat them twice last year. No reason why they can't do it again in Paisley. They've got Club Brugge. I'm not convinced that Rangers will win either of those ties. In fact, the way things are going, I think they'll lose them both. Celtic, that's losable always for Rangers. I know last season they had better results against them, but honestly, I'd favour Celtic in that one probably. And Hearts, are top of the table and doing alright this season. So, yeah, those 5 games are crucial. Now, here, if Russell Martin can win those 5, if Russell Martin wins those 3 league games and somehow gets the better of Club Brugge over the 2 legs, then no one's going to forget, no one's going to remember this poor start to the season. That'll be forgotten about. But at the same time, if he performs badly over those next 5 games, he might not be the Rangers manager. So, really, really does depend. Stack says, how was Moore? Where are the Martin haters now? Excellent performance. Fuck me, Jesus Christ, fuck Beale, your head's gone, mate. Where are the Martin haters now? I know that's like a troll account, but Jesus Christ, man, there was nothing good about that. David Milne says, no Rangers striker has scored an outfield goal over 7 competitive matches. Let that sink in. No Rangers striker has scored an outfield goal over 7 competitive... Oh, so it must just be penalties, I guess, then, that Dessers and, Danilo have. Possibly. Pal says, job done. James Thompson, I can't see us winning any of the next 4 fixtures. Will he get sacked after that? I mean, maybe. It's Aaron says, finally 3 points from Martin. Sibo, fans cannot be seriously happy about that. Part-timers, even the B team should be 5-0. I agree. I think that Rangers... Well, I don't know if the B team should be 5-0, but I get your point, right? I think Rangers' B team should be beating Alloa relatively comfortably, and I think the A team should be scudding them. So, yeah, 5-0 is I think is a reasonable score to expect. Rangers, this game shouldn't have been competitive, but it was. So, Deeks Fake Hun Little says defensively poor and boring football against League One opposition is a massive warning sign that we will get pummeled by far better opposition if we continue this way. Yeah, that's how I'm seeing it, to be honest. Nico Raskin Enthusiast, I've given up before the end of August. That's a new record. Ryan Fernandez isn't actually that bad. Cammy, we won, but it's getting more and more concerning that there is no sign of progress in the team. Steve-O, certainly a game of AK, comical defending, won't win anything playing like that. Dan Gardner says, wank, shouldn't be conceding to Alloa, it's not 2014 anymore. I mean, that is true. RSC, bailed out by a teenager and a penalty. Jesus. Ryan Yorkston wants Cassina to come back, bring back Cassina at this point. Don't know about that. Right, Doogie says, 9 new signings and nearly 20 million spent, and we are worse than we were last year. We take the win and progression to the next round of the Cup, but at some point we're going to need to see signs of the system and players clicking. I mean, absolutely, yeah, they do. Absolutely, I think they need to see something. RT says, woeful, get an early goal when other Prem teams tank a League One side. We make hard work of it. Yeah, they do. They do. It was piss poor for Rangers. What's this? Red Blue Cat. Airdrie looking for a manager. Any chance you can talk Russell Martin into applying for the job? Yeah, Rhys McCabe gone from Airdrie. That's why worth mentioning here. Shout out to Rhys McCabe. Don't know why. Don't really have any details on it. As far as I'm aware, he just decided to leave. So, I mean, that's interesting. I know that they haven't had the greatest start to the campaign, but it wasn't bad by any means. And yeah, I mean, just over 2 years ago, he was like the best young manager in the entire pyramid, and then now he's gone. So strange one. Don't really know what happened there. But anyway, guys, look, that's going to do it. Rangers were shite. We'll see how they do against Club Brugge. They'll need to be a hell of a lot better if they want to get a result. I'm not convinced they'll do it, but here, hopefully they prove me wrong, and hopefully they get some coefficient points on the board, and they get another Scottish team into the Champions League, because we've not seen two Scottish teams in the Champions League for a while now, and we've never seen two teams in this new league phase format, and I think it would be great for Scottish football to have that. So hopefully Rangers can do it against Club Brugge. That's it. Till next time. Peace.